Mm. Hello, everybody. So, so guys, okay, just to let you know, I've already added the question about the bankruptcy, and just a reminder, if you have questions, I prefer that you ask them before the live stream. Okay, check the. I know I just I only it's my I only published the list right after the live stream, but it's because I go by the list pretty much. Okay, and so I need to that means I need to cover it unless it's like breaking news. Okay, but Maura, I have that question up, okay, because I asked stuff I had asked also, and it's an important question, I think. And that's an instance, I was just writing on the comments about why I don't, I really strongly avoid, and I don't really do anything. Oh, such and such. Someone said, "Oh, Trump says X, Y, and Z." I don't really care what it's not relevant what he says, and especially on the big breaking news days like this. You know what I mean? It's like that's not a very important question because he always, especially when breaking news, he makes up stuff to distract from informations. So so that's interesting. But it's very, guys, it's so interesting to think about the bankruptcy, the change of residence is because clearly there's some sort of financial. He only cares about money, right? So so there's always like he must have done it for a reason, like for a finance. In other words, the cases against him regarding his finances are moving. So it's good news for us, I think, right? I guess I don't even understand how come isn't he a resident of Washington D.C.? I don't get it. I don't understand, but that's not even a like a question. I just right isn't like I don't understand. Well, it doesn't matter. Why he's not a. So guys, okay. So yesterday I have to tell you. So yesterday I did not. I don't regret it, okay, but I added some photos of Halloween because I ended up not going to the full parade. I was exhausted. I had not been sleeping. I barely slept the night before, and I was like, I'm still working on cost. Believe it or not, I'm making the rats. Okay, and it's like a lot of rats. So by hand, sewing by hand, like making the little ears of the rats, and because it's been a long time since I last did sewing projects. I forgot that it can take time. Okay, so this is like just like an old thing. Not old, it's not no. So so I was gonna say, so this is why. But I'm excited, I'm really excited about it. Opened up a whole new chapter in my life, making this costume process, but it's just gonna take a little longer. Yeah, exactly. Cynthia. Since she's saying where she was, it rained here too. It rained here too. And I got guys, and the other wasn't funny, it was kind of scary. I almost got trapped by the parade because I was out doing other things, and then by the time I came home, it was around a little bit around after 6, and they start closing the streets around here, and it's scary. Okay, like it's scary because like no, you can't go, have to go around, and I decided to go to the Trader Joe's to get something, and it was like almost, almost. So I was just exhausted. I was exhausted, and I was like, I'm very excited about my mice. Very a group of them coming here to my head, singing ship. So, but it's exciting. It's exciting. I'll be wearing. Okay, I'll be wearing more costumes. You know what I mean, related to what we're living. so, so that's interesting for me. Okay, so I just want to say also, guys, I appreciate you. Sometimes I just want to know. Okay, uh, that I appreciate you. And I know sometimes I don't talk much. Sometimes I am, I don't know, kind of in a rush, a little. Like this past week, I was a little bit late a few times, but I appreciate you. Just want to know, okay, your support and your like, I don't know, accepting my weirdness. Together forever and ever we try. Together forever we do. So, so who knows? Who knows? It's good to have them. But it's nice, Thank you for being there for me too. I would, yeah. So yeah, exactly. We're weird. We all weird together. Okay, so okay. Just have that in clear. Have that in here. So hello, everybody. Welcome. Rosa's like, get the hell, huh? Everybody, welcome. Rules like investigator. So okay. So guys, I got new cards. Well, not new, but they're the same cards, but a new, do you know those Lenormand cards? I have a new set of them. It's nice because I realized there were a couple cards missing. So that's the problemos. Problemos. So I got a new one. So it's nice. Not that I don't always use cards. Don't always. No, not always. No, no. But it's good. So guys, wow. So yesterday, just as I was exhausted, it was Halloween. There was a big historic date. Big historic date. So can we see what can we see? I don't know what I don't know. Let's see something. I don't know what it is. Oh no, but no, seriously, I mean it. Okay, the new card. Oh, no, it's just it's old. It's old. It's the same set. Those cards just the new because that was missing. Okay, look at the old ones. Oh, the card. Yeah, no, here's the old. This is the old ones. This is the new ones. It's the same. There's not new type of cards. Just I really love these guys. I really do. This is like not my. I don't want to say I have a favorite, but it's because I consider. And I was like, I'm always writing these books, whatever. I need to finish by November at least one book. I'm gonna finish. But anyway, so because the Normans are very important to me, okay, in terms of how I do readings. So cannot have I have another set of the Normans, but this one it's important. It's important uh because it's very to the point. To the point. Yeah. No, it's just guys, because you know what it is. Like now I'm home more, but before I was like going back and forth, with the co-working space, and I feel like I may have lost there, may have dropped something dropped. I don't know what. I don't know. So I don't know what happened, but that's why. So okay. So hey, okay. So guys, okay. So anyways, so going back here to the topics. Okay. So okay. So here, guys, seriously. Oh my god. So the impeachment process vote, huh? As it turned out, it was a big deal. It was a big deal. Of course it was. And it's true that it feels more and more serious, and I think I had a lot of questions. I wrote them down. I'm just going to go quickly over here. Okay. Okay. And now the question about Trump being a Florida resident, it's kind of an interesting development, I think, right? And then now a lot of questions about guys, I did do a reading on this guy. I think the last time we talked, John Eisenberg, the White House lawyer, but it's so he has a hearing on Monday, and I think I think it was last time I said this guy's in real trouble. Okay, and then I'm pretty sure, you know. So anyway, I'm pretty sure there's like it's a problem, okay? And this is the same person who also put the calls of Putin and MBS. So there's just a lot of questions, okay, I have about this situation of this server and this guy, okay? So, so this is it, okay? So okay, next. So then Debbie had a question about Lindsey Graham. Why did Lindsey Graham step down as chairman of Senate Judiciary Committee? Well, I don't know what happened. I found the boyfriend. I had no boyfriend. Schedule did not match. I cannot do it. No, no. So okay, okay. So then now, this is very interesting, guys. The Brexit and Boris Johnson plus new UK elections. She had already asked me about the new elections on December 12th, but then there's this other added element, which is that Boris Johnson. So okay, the UK, I think, what is it called? Intelligence agencies have found that they have a 50-page report about Russian interference on Brexit, I think, okay, or election, something like that. And who talks on this thing? Christopher Steele. Oh, hi, Eva. Christopher Steele talks on that. Oh, maybe Eva, I'm gonna do this question first because I know you're in the UK. It's very late there, so maybe we'll start there. We're just explaining here. So Christopher Steele, he is, he's one of the people who talked about it. And now Boris Johnson, he doesn't want to. What? That's shocking. He doesn't want to. He doesn't want everybody to know. What? Oh my God! Why? Why? Hello, no. So what does he say? Okay, it's like a lot of questions, interesting questions, but what does he say on that report? Because it affects us too. And of course, and connected to that, guys, right below is that the UK intelligence people, there was an article in the Independent on the UK newspaper saying that Barr went over there and he was like basically the UK person said that he wanted us to do the quote is he wanted us to do a hatchet job on his own intelligence agencies. And it's so stupid, guys, because Christopher Steele was a very respected intelligence officer. He was okay about Russia. So it's like, are they really going to betray their own? Like, no, they're not like you, trash. They're not like you, Barr. We're not like you, trash. Get the hell out of here now. Can you imagine like having these jobs where you have to listen to these people with a straight face? That must be like very, it takes a certain kind of person, okay? I would not be one of me. No, would not be. What the hell are you talking about? So, think about it. This is like, whoa, he's a great man, the bar. Yeah, I love him. I do. No, I don't. Okay, so then, guys, in the other news, okay, big news here. Beto O'Rourke dropped out of the race. New York Times just reported Beto O'Rourke dropped out of the presidential race. Okay, to be honest, I'm a little surprised because I always saw him. Yeah, I always saw him. There's a link on the, I just resent, right, the thing. So I'm surprised, guys, because you know what? Um, so it's just, yeah. I'm just like, wow, I always thought he had good chances, but who knows? I always feel like there's gonna be a lot of developments, guys, in the presidential race. I still, for some reason, I don't know if you feel this way, even though I think we have plenty of candidates, I still feel like there's so much more to happen. It's really far from settled, okay? So we look into that, okay? I don't want to look, guys, I don't want to look into the whole because I feel like again, it's too early. But I just want to know. I'm not gonna look into like all the Democrats or who's like, I just feel like I just want to know why did he drop out and what's gonna happen to him next. Okay. So okay. So let's get started. I'm gonna start with Eva's question because she's in the UK right now. Okay. And that's it. Yeah. 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 Oh. mm. Okay. So let's here. So one second. One second. Okay. So next okay, so okay. So I'm gonna close my eyes and ask for before let it come into my head. As it's burning, I feel the light, inside my lungs. As I breathe out, I create a circle and I stepped into it, I step into it, I feel protection. I step into it, I feel connection. I ask that information come only from the highest sources, that it create the good, the good, and only the good. Oh yeah, baby. Okay, so okay, so let's do this. Okay, so let's start here with the Brexit and Boris Johnson and new UK elections. So I don't know if I watched Rachel Maddow yesterday. She was talking about how, or was it yesterday or the day before? She was talking about how UK elections only last. They're like very short. Okay, so let's ask first about the UK election and whether Boris Johnson will win or lose. And then I didn't write it down actually. I should ask about what's going to happen to Brexit as a result of these elections. And also then the question about will the truth about Kremlin interference in the 2016 Brexit referendum be exposed during the campaign? Because right, it's like, oh, okay. So let's hear. So first of all, what's gonna happen? Okay, Eva, do you know who? I don't know how. I know that it's a parliamentary thing. So the candidate, it's more about the party. So do you know who would be running? Just it doesn't necessarily matter, but if you know who's going to be against Boris Johnson, if you don't, that's okay. But I'm just wondering. Okay, so let me just ask then. Not if it would be. How do I say this? Is Boris Johnson going to Corbyn? Oh, Corbyn. I don't like. Yeah. Really? There's not. Is that it? Okay. Oh my god. He makes me a little bit nervous because he's kind of like pro, his Russia thing is kind of strange too. So, oh my god. Anyway, but let me just like, I remember, is there, okay, Eva, is there a way that there's some sort of coalition that is not just Corbyn but somebody else? Is there a woman? Is there a chance a woman? Is there a woman who wears glasses? Like, is there a chance that, like, the Lib Dem, what is that? The Lib Dems people? Is there a woman in there? I don't know, but I feel like maybe there's a chance of some sort of coalition. I don't know. Maybe it's just a government coalition. Okay. Oh, Corbyn and Joe. That's it. That's it. Corbyn and Joe. Uh-huh. Corbyn and Joe. Huh. Let's vote for them. Huh. Even though we're not in the UK. Huh. Yeah, that's what I think. Ooh. Yeah. Yeah, I think because yeah, I hope so. I hope so. I hope so. Oh, interesting. Interesting. Yeah. So. Oh. 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 Yeah. I hope. It's the only choice. Okay, good. But it's possible? Is it, because I saw this? Remember, I know I had conversations with you, but I think, right? I think I had conversations about it. I think it's possible. But let me now do the actual reading. Let's see. Let's see. I want to see them full face of this woman because I see. I don't know if that's her, but I see this woman wears glasses, like black rimmed glasses, right? And it's this woman, and then I don't. I just see her. This woman with glasses. Okay, and then Corbyn, and let's see where they are gonna be, or if he remains as president. Oh, she does. Okay, yeah. Okay, she does wear glasses. Okay, good. Oh, interesting. I see a vision. I have three eyes. That's why I have a vision. Yeah. Okay. So, okay. Let's go. So let's go see here on the calendar the UK elections. So let's see December. So December 12th comes. So okay. So what? Tell me. Let's go like. Let's see here. Okay, how long? Okay, let's say like December 20th. Okay, a week later, who's gonna be the I guess is it not president, prime minister? Who won the UK election? Let's say so. There's Corbyn, there is Joe, and there is Boris Johnson. So who is going to win? Let's get to December 20th. Who wins this election? So okay, so so anyway, going back here. So I literally see three people on the platforms, okay? And so three people on platforms. So the first platform is Boris Johnson. So he's like ascending, okay? And then and then there's a big foot that kicks him out. He's kicked out. Bye, Boris. Not no, there's not no one's face, but it's a huge. Imagine you like a huge platform, and there's like a huge foot that kicks him. Bye. Bah. And then I think there's I see, who I see? I see this woman really ascending, this Joe person, because I feel like, and maybe this, I have to ask, I don't say sort of ask again in a way, okay? Because I feel like Corbyn, people have a bit of a hesitation because of his history, okay? He's a bit of a controversial person, and I think for me, I'm not obviously in the UK, but his whole history with Russia is kind of shady. He has something strange going, okay, on that direction. So this woman, Jo, she seems to have a really, she kind of makes other people who are not very radical feel better. because if nobody, I think people are very suspicious, rightfully so, okay, of the situation, you know. So I just feel like, that I feel like her presence is like, she has this feeling of like a private school teacher. I don't know, explain it, like kind of like your favorite teacher, like kind of like English teacher from, like, if you went to a private school, high school. So she has that kind of like, what's the word? Not conservative, but sort of like prudent. Prudence is the word I associate with her. Prudence. This one has a prudence energy, okay? Dear Prudence, won't you come back to me? Your sky is blue. Huh. So, okay, dear Prudence. So, so I feel like, and then guys, next, okay, so here there's 3 platforms. So then Boris Johnson looks like he's winning, but then he's kicked out. And then the 2 of them make a platform. I think they make a platform together, but she ends up rising more than, I don't know how it's possible. And I see Corbyn, this is kind of interesting. He's like, yeah, he wants, I mean, he's a left person, which is much better than Boris Johnson anyway. However, I do think there's a dark side to him, and it is the Russia thing. Somehow I feel like he had plans. He had plans before she started to become prominent, or people wanting her to join him. And then when she comes in, she really does, um, how to say it, kind of buffer something. She controls, like, so that he doesn't do like shady things. Okay, you know what I mean? Like, if this whole, like, you know what I'm saying? So it's interesting. So okay, so are you there, guys? I don't know. I hope you is working. So okay, so next. So then let me just confirm, because this is, so why, okay, so let's say I can ask it differently. So because this is it's kind of like a high, the big deal question here. Okay, but I want to know. So this, let me ask it differently. So will Boris Johnson remain the prime minister? That's another way to ask. Okay, so let's say, let's get to like December 20th, 2019. Will Boris Johnson be at 10 Downing Street still, or he moving? He moving. Hello, I'm here, Rose. Hello, Boris. I'm here to help you move to Moscow. Yeah, I'm here, coming. We're coming to get you. Come here with the Putin. Yeah, we're very happy. Thank you for service. Okay, so what happens? So is he? Wow. I don't know, Eva, if you remember that I had this vision about him a while back. Like, he was first, he has this weird, very gruff manner, and it's kind of like Trump. He uses it to bully people. So there at early in the vote count, he looks like he's gonna win, but he starts to lose. Like, he loses quickly. Okay. And then the other interesting thing is that he's like this, like, a child, that sometimes in the mall there's like a child screaming and the mother is like embarrassed. It's like, "Ah," like that, or something like that. So he's used to getting his way by having tantrums, like somebody would know. Yeah, yeah. So God, I don't know with the adults a little bit. Okay, so I just feel like he's just like and they're like, bitch, I gotta go. The moves are out there. So he's like, so he's like that. Okay, so he has to go. People pack his stuff and he goes. But the problem is, I see also that's kind of interesting is that he is then I see him like all these photographers like tuk, tuk, taking pictures of sound of like flash bulbs, and then it's like criminal. It's a criminal case against him. He has to, because I feel like, and I haven't asked the other question, but I think it may be related to what Eva was just saying. There is a criminal case against him. I don't know who's doing. I maybe MI5, right? MI5 is the domestic thing, I think, right? I don't know. MI6, I don't know which one, but there's something where he is investigated and he has to go. He's furious that he lost what he was like. I'm entitled. I entitled. I am forever prime minister. Yeah, yeah. It's like the entitlement is absurd, and he thinks that he's just like entitled. Well, no, it's not meant to have. That's not how the story ends. No. So he's like, has to go to court, against his. He just has to show up, and that's when I see the dangling handcuffs, 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 handcuffs for Boris, handcuffs, 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 handcuffs for Boris. Oh yeah, handcuffs, handcuffs, handcuffs for Boris. Oh yeah. So I feel like he is, guys, and there's a very famous traitor, the British traitor Kim Philby. He was a intel officer, but during his trial, there's a comparison. I don't think it said that he's not necessarily as bad as Kim Philby, but because he doesn't. But there's something here where they compare him to that. Okay, to Kim Philby. Interesting, interesting. Oh, is it the traitor, huh? Traitor. Oh. So this is it. Now let me go to another question here. So, and then okay, so we answered the question of the election. Now, what about here? Will the truth about Kremlin interference in the 2016 Brexit referendum be exposed during the campaign? If not during the campaign, then when? Okay, so this is what I think, guys. I think just like here, there's many investigations going on about him. And I see the face of Christopher Steele because he wrote that report that he's sitting on, okay? And there he is, like sitting on the desk with his feet up with binoculars. It's symbolically, right? So he has binoculars looking. Oh, look at, hey, I can't believe it. Look at a dirty yellow frog walking around like he owns this country. It's sickening. Treason is sickening, pathetic, Boris. No dignity, Boris. Can't stand it. Oh, look at it, pathetic, pathetic. So he doesn't talk like that. I was like, oh, and utterly pathetic, utterly pathetic. So I feel like it's like he's being recorded, okay, because not because of 007, but British intelligence services are pretty good, okay. Even if and I watched documentaries about Kim Philby, and what happened with Kim Philby is that because he was so integrated with the elite of the UK, that nobody thought that it was like unthinkable that somebody of that everybody knew from back in the day could do such a thing. Okay, so what it shows here is that they know. I mean, that British intelligence officers are trained to look out on some similar flags, even though obviously Boris Johnson is not an intelligence officer. Still, he's in the government. So anyway, so there he like there's like binoculars, and all those people are under investigation. So and the Queen has been notified a while back that he's under investigation, but just like the other time that it happened, they don't want to kind of like, they don't want to make it public while the election is going on because they don't want to create a, how do I say, they just don't want to create like a big deal. They're like, let's deal with it when it happens. If he's elected again, we're going to have to do something, but let's wait and see. So I do not believe it will be revealed necessarily during the campaign. It may be revealed after. Okay, so because what I see here is as soon as he loses, it's almost like the next day, the indictment, whatever you call it over there in the UK, comes out. It has to show up. Yeah, handcuffs for a hand. Handcuffs. Yeah, yeah. Huh. Uh-huh. So so you see what I'm saying? So I feel like you know what I think, guys. I also although I feel like so this report may not, something's going to leak to the press. And I think a lot of this report is confidential, what is it called? Top secret or something like that. But somebody may leak something, photos or something that's going to muddle things up for him. Yeah, for him. Uh-huh. Because as you know, a lot has changed in the UK since, because the Russians did not just do that. They did the Skripal poisoning. So they did more, arguably a lot more in some ways in the UK than they did here, because they killed people in their own. They may even do this here. Actually, we don't know, but this was a big, very big deal that they came all the way, over there, and they like felt free to just poison the guy. Okay, and a couple people died. I think they may have died, or one of them, like random people there in the UK, like found a bottle of perfume. Oh, look, let's smell it, and that's in the bottle of perfume. That's where they had put the nerve gas. Okay, so these people died, like British citizens died. Like the guy, look, you see what I'm saying? So, so, so things changed in the UK. They realized. I mean, I think they knew, but you know what I mean. So I think once Boris doesn't win, then they reveal it. They're gonna try to leave it, you know, like to not make a big fuss about it until. And I think also the intelligence services in the UK are waiting to see what happens in America regarding Trump. You know what I mean? So because they are also aware, just like Nancy is aware, that public opinion matters, and they don't really want to do something that would give the impression that they care about politics. And because I also think that Jeremy Corbyn may be named in the thing, so it's important actually that they form a coalition, because if, I mean, he's not as bad as like the other guy, but he has some simpatico, we seem to like it. Okay, the people there, you know what I mean. So it's interesting, interesting, guys. It's very interesting, interesting, interesting. So okay, okay, I'm not looking at the comments. Okay, so this is an interesting question. So Ava is asking, so Boris will be arrested before Trump. Will he be arrested? Or let's say indicted, okay? Because arrested is like, okay, so will he be indicted before Trump? Or will he fall? Or will his fall happen? Like, will he leave his government before Trump does? I think so. Because I feel like it's also, I see them like walking, okay? So like I see that as Boris is walking, there's a slot on the ground and he falls, okay? And then Trump keeps walking, and it's like New Year's, and he's like, whoa, he has vertigo. Trump has vertigo, looking down. It's like, but he crosses. I think New Year's, Trump may still be inside the White House, but I don't think So yes, definitely. Okay. So so this is it. Okay. This is it. Now, I didn't even actually. This is important. So what happens to Brexit, right? Right. So Eva, I think they postponed the thing of Brexit, right? They said it's going to be they had to postpone it. They couldn't do it, right? So okay. So I mean, let's see what happens. But so what about Brexit? There's a new date, right? In January. That's right. So is then, with all of this stuff, will Brexit then happen in January? Or okay, so tell me now, without him in the government, no, I don't think it will. Guys, okay, this is a couple of things that are important. That's kind of interesting here. So it's showing there's several things. So I see him like crossing, December, right after December. He's almost like, imagine it's like a huge balloon that says Brexit. Like he's the person like holding the balloon of Brexit. So he leaves the government and the balloon kind of falls because nobody's holding the balloon of the Brexit, at least the way he was holding. Okay. And then this stuff comes out, this report about the Russian influence. But at the same time, and this is important, I think, it shows that in the US, as I told you before, in the video of Victoria, also, we talked about it, how it's likely that towards the end of December, or mid to end of December, something like that, starting third and fourth, third week, I guess, of December, December at some point, that there's going to be the stuff coming out about the Russians and like serious measures done about Russians and campaign financing. So it's a big deal. So it comes out. Remember how I said the thing about the GOP accepting financial campaign finances and stuff like that. So what happens is that then the UK exposes it either at the same time, or that's a kind of similar time frame of the time, because the election of the UK is December 12th, and it takes a few days to make it, a couple days or whatever, to make it by the time. So if they publish sort of around the same time that the US exposes the campaign financing, they do something similar over there. Okay. And I feel like they've been contacted. They've been contacted because that's right. Nigel Farage is very close to Trump. They're part of the same group. And so they've been contacted. Okay, there's like some sort of coordination, the FBI or like their intel or something. So they may do it on a similar date, because why is it? Because when they do it, then there's like all these, I've told you one time, a long time ago, the blockages of Russian money in a much more serious way. You know what I mean? So I feel like, so is what I think is relevant, is that this is, see what I'm saying? Because as I said in the thing of Victoria, when they make a public, it's not like a newspaper. Oh, look, they figured this out. No, it's like when the FBI says something, it arrests people or something. They don't make stuff public until they have the case tight, right? Exactly. Interesting. Yeah. So Audrey's saying here, December 13th through 30, exactly the time frame. So I think it's very likely that the stuff with the Republicans comes out in campaign financing, and then the UK exposes the same thing, and then they may, or I don't know if they arrest or indict. I feel like all these people, Aaron Banks, and then you know who would be a really interesting person to ask about is that guy Dominic Cummings. If you're familiar with UK politics, is the guy who's like he's the Steve Bannon of for Boris Johnson. He's a very far right person. He spent a lot of time in Russia. Interesting, no? He speaks Russian. Coincidence. I speak to him on telephone sometimes. Yeah, we'll talk about it. We talk about things. No, we don't. But but you know what I mean? Like, hello, like so interesting. So see, so it's like, okay, so what happens to Dominic Cummings? Oh, sad for him. I'm not sad for him. Sad for him. I'm not sad for him. Sad for him. So it's kind of interesting, guys, because I see this guy. You should look him up. He's like, right, Eva. He's a very shady guy. Okay, so I see him interrogation. It's a very severe interrogation over there. Because guys, the UK, because I am a queen of documentaries. But I go through phases. Okay, so there was a time when I watched like pretty much every documentary about the IRA, the Irish Republican Army, and how the UK was very repressive against against them, torture sometimes, horrible things. So but what I mean by that is that the UK security services, they have an apparatus already you know what I mean, they already know how to like do these harsh things or investigations, or like to put people, you know what I mean, like in those situations. You know what I'm saying? So what I see though is that he is like he's treated like a terrorist. Okay, sorry about him. Sad for him. I'm not sad for him. So I feel like he's like, what you do? He's like very tough. Those investigations like that with the. So Dominic, where does the smelly come from, Dominic? We are tired of hearing lies over and over again, Dominic. Like, it's kind of scary. Like, okay, but everything is like Stephen Miller, but I think it's more than Stephen Miller because he speaks Russian, and he spent time in Russia. I think he's married to a Russian woman, and I think he has business interests in Russia, or he had. I'm getting here, and that the UK security forces are going to ask him about it. No informations. No informations. Better tell now. Trash. So, so exactly. Indivisible things. It's maybe good if both situations are revealed in close proximity. Then they're in the States. They can't say it's a partisan hack. Exactly. They can show a global scheme by the Russians. Exactly. I think it's perfect because, guys, and even the same people, right? Steve Bannon, Robert Mercer, like all the together. We have the information together. We work together. Oppress populations. That's what we do. Oppress populations. Huh. So, So, guys, yeah, so that's what I think. I think the guy is arrested, okay? He's gonna go to some, like, I think he goes to some military, those some of these people in the UK are gonna go to military prison over, you know what I mean? Like, the go sort of like how they would take to the people, the IRA people or whatever you call it, okay? You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? Yeah, yeah. Oh, and I feel, guys, you know what? I kind of feel like the reports are gonna talk about Bar. Oh, trash, trash. Hi, trash. I think I feel like they may say that Bar went over there. Yeah, he was asking for the people. They are very know. The Attorney General of the United States flew over to the UK to inquire on the nature of intelligence services. He's known to have connections to organized crime figures, such as, they have the names. So, interesting, interesting. Yeah, yeah. He's known to have connections to organized crime figures, such as oligarch Dmitry Firtash, oligarch Oleg Deripaska, whatever, however they say it. So, because, the Bar is not a UK citizen, he was like, trash, shut your mouth. Hmm. Like, he's like, so, bitch, shut your mouth. I don't care about you. No, no, no. Oh, oh, uh-huh. So, you're canceled. He's canceled. He's canceled. It's been canceled here. So, can you believe the audacity of people? Can you believe the audacity of people just to go over there like, hi, can you betray your own people for me? Just because President Trump, he wants something. Can you tell? Can you write out your own people? Yeah, that's what we do over there in America. We throw our own citizens under the bus. Yeah, that's what we do all the time. We do anything to win, Whoever who cares, Jesus is with us. Yeah. No, he's not. So, oh, that's just enough. So, guys, I'm loving it. I'm loving it. Interesting. Oh, interesting. Oh, look, I don't remember everything, guys. You said in a video a long time ago, you saw coordination between U.S. and UK intelligence to bring it all down. I think you said the Queen was involved and knew what was going to go down. Huh. Yeah. Huh. Huh. So, okay. So, guys, something? Something strange. I realize, like, I feel better if I have a costume on. Isn't that weird? I feel more loose. I feel like more, it's interesting, interesting. I like it. I like it. So, I don't know. Interesting, interesting. Okay. So anyway, so yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah. So very interesting, guys. So I feel like it's gonna be a tough period. Oh, you know what, guys? I also feel like this is, oh my god, my sister is supposed to come here. I hope, because I feel like there's something about airports. I wonder if they're gonna close airports around Christmas time. I hope not. I hope not. You know what I mean? Like, those situations, like, very serious. I think they're gonna plan a lot to make sure, you know what I mean, to make sure it's not a, you know, a thing. Okay, so okay, here. Okay. So, oh my God, okay. So what happens with Brexit? Does it not? Okay, just the last question. Okay, so the Brexit doesn't mean Brexit is over completely, or doesn't mean that it's gonna have some sort of, there's gonna be a second referendum or what? Yeah, it's saying here, once the truth comes out and people are indicted for, connecting with our phones. Um, oh, you know what, guys? I also got information see that Facebook was involved. Really? No, Facebook? No, are you sure Facebook is involved? No, can't be. Facebook? Oh my God, really? No, kidding me. So, if, oh, yeah, of course guys, it says coordinated is involved, and I think Cambridge. Oh, that's it. It's telling me here Cambridge Analytica. Cambridge Analytica was involved in the Brexit. They were involved. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. And that's why the Facebook Cambridge Analytical connection. I even see Peter Thiel. I love him. Love you, Peter. So, so, oh my God. So this is it, okay? So wow, interesting, interesting. Very good, okay? So this is it. Wow. This is it. So I feel, you know what I think there's gonna be a hearing on the nature of Brexit. They're gonna have investigations. We need investigations. Rightfully so. So interesting, very interesting. Okay, guys, I'm loving it. If you don't mind, because I think, it's in a weird way. The situation of the UK tells us a lot about the Trump situation, because they're all connected. It's like everybody came, right? Everybody came together. Now, on ever, we got indicted, together. It's now on ever, we got indicted, together. Yeah. Now, on ever, we got indicted, together. Boris and Donald J. Trump, traitors to their nation, went down in history. They were lower than rats. Rats, at least they take care, They take care of their own, The blonde trash didn't care, about all the people who voted for them. They only care about our friends, So finally they meet their end. Oh yeah, So I feel happy today. I'm happy today. I feel it. I feel it. Okay. Okay, guys. So this is it. It was very comprehensive. It was very comprehensive. Comprehensive reading today. Okay. So now there's a lot of questions, guys. But I'm happy here. Happy here. Okay. Okay. Now. Okay, guys. There's so many questions about Okay, let's go to the Trump is now a Florida resident. It's a very interesting question. I think it's gonna. Oh, interesting. Okay. So why did Trump say that he, signed the thing saying that he's now a Florida resident? Oh, interesting. Oh, interesting. So first of all, he feels that. What? So there's some sort of transaction, right? He feels that. Oh, that's right. Duh. I'm like, hello. It makes, guys, after visions, it makes so much sense, but not. It's like, so it's saying here, hello. If Cyrus Vance gets a hold of his tax returns, you know he's gonna get the other. He know there is some sort of transaction that's happened this past year. He doesn't want them to know. No, he's thinking of his file taxes, right, next year. So if he doesn't pay state taxes for some reason, I feel like he's not gonna, because it's a federal taxes is harder. But if they get state taxes for some reason, he's at risk of them getting financial information. Yeah. So it's not just it's not just that he is saving money for sure, and that's one of the reasons. But the second reason is about revealing his money. Why? But why this year? Why is he worried about this year? Because it's a significant tax cut, and because if it could be revealed, he's afraid that Cyrus Vance, he could get the tax stuff. You know what I mean? Right away. Okay, so exactly. That's it. He thinks changing exactly. Won't be revealed exactly. He won't be revealed in New York. And I feel, guys, you know what I'm seeing here? I see MBS. And I feel like he's already bought some businesses. There's something about MBS in him, and of course Jared, but something about Saudi Arabia, something here in the taxes of this year. Oh, guys, just see his children going on now television. Oh my God, can you believe Hunter Biden? I mean, he's like, I wish, and I was like, wow, what does it take for someone to do that? To lie so much like that. So anyway, so it's like, because he thinks that he can defend the stuff he did before he was a president on his mind, his crazy mind. So he think, oh, but I did that. Well, I was not okay. I was not president. Whatever. So, but if you see what he's done while he's president, it's a problemos. Yeah, problemos. So Oh, guys, you know what's telling me? I don't know if it's true. It's kind of strange. Do you remember this? How Trump, when he went, okay, guys, this is very important. Okay, so, oh my God, and it's unreal. Okay, instead of like being like after Hillary or whatever, there people are not putting this on the front of the newspaper every day. So, do you remember how he went into office owing Deutsche Bank $300 million? Do you remember this, right? Oh, that's saying. So he was owing $300 million to Deutsche Bank. And what I see now is that I see very clearly here the MBS's face. So someone, obviously it's not his name, but somebody acting as an agent of the Saudi government may have bought he's like paid off his debt for him, or bought, you know what I mean? Transferred the ownership. Is it he paid off his debts basically. And I don't know how it's going to show in the tax returns, but it looks like it could. How okay, how why is it how the hell is it gonna how is that gonna show in the tax returns? Because the debt disappears from from one year to the other. It's not there anymore. But how okay, so how? Oh, he has to sell. Oh my God, guys, the hotel. Oh my God, interesting. He has to sell something because there has to be a financial transaction. So if you have let's say let's say Rose, I have like $1 million debt, let's say, right? So the next year, it's gone. The debt is gone. Okay, how am I gonna? What happened, right? Where? And it doesn't show that I made more money or less money. It's the money's the same, but somehow the debt is gone. How do you justify that? You have to have some sort of transact. Something has to come out of your account in order to pay for it. So what he does is that he sells some property or something to the Saudis, and the Saudis then advance the money to him, and you know what I mean? It's something along those lines, that there's some sort of property exchange, exactly the amount of the debt. But I don't know that I feel like it's actually not a legit thing. It's just an excuse that they created to pay off his debt for him. Okay, so that's right, the DC hotel, guys. This is it. That's what I'm thinking. The DC hotel, Qatar, quote Qatar, right, or something like that. That's it. He will be revealed. He's liable where the taxes were filed, but still, there's something here, guys. Look, as I was saying, it's not. There's something here where he feels like because for Trump, everything's about buying time. So he feels that if it's not in New York State, I don't know how to explain it. It's almost like he could fight. I can fight it until after the 2020 election. It's all about he's like he has a very short term thinking, in general, but with this situation especially, I need to buy time. I need to buy 5 months here. I buy a year. If he never thinks long term, he's like, which sometimes it can be a smart thing, but in his case, he committed so many crimes. At some point, it's difficult. Oh yeah, oh yeah, right. But it makes sense, right? It makes sense. So okay. So let me, guys, do you mind if I do cards just quickly, just to double check? So tell me. So okay. So then. So okay. So that's the reason I understand. But what happens after he files? He's going to file taxes, right? So what happens anyway? Does he get what he wants out of the tax situation? What happens? So he okay, so if I was like, I'm very smart. I'm better. He's like, because guys, he's a tax dodger his whole life. He hasn't paid taxes. Oh, and did you see, guys? This is important. Did you see the reaction of the New York governor? Did you see it? He said, "Good riddance." It's not like he pays New York taxes anyway. That's what he said. He said it publicly, a public statement. He made that statement. So I don't believe that he would have, people complain about him or whatever, but I do not believe he would have said that if it wasn't true, or at least mostly true. You know what I mean? Like I don't think he would have said it unless. So, so he does like, yeah, I never, I don't care about those things or whatever. So what happens? What happens is indictment. Yeah, that I have. You know who I see? I see again Trish James. She's like, bitch, shut your mouth. Huh. Bah. It's like, so I'm loose today like a drink it. So, so it's like she's like that's gonna do something. It's sort of like, for example, like imagine a person who's like, murdered someone, and there's like, his shoe prints and like his blood, and sort of like, I'm gonna throw away the knife. Nobody's gonna know. Oh yeah, throw away the knife. Oh. And then it's like, bitch, your DNA is here. Yeah. Your DNA, your shoe prints. It's like you can't. You know what I mean? It's like you can't erase the whole thing. It's pretty obvious. So he's already been indicted. Guys, I feel like she's just waiting. She's like, be patient. I don't want to distract Nancy, you know? I don't know. So it's not gonna work. It's not gonna work because it's saying he's been subpoenaed, but they say, as you know, I'm not just the only person who says this, but as you know, by the time the government starts asking you for information, they already have it in most cases, a lot of cases, like just to double check when they start to interview you, but they are a lot farther ahead than they say they are. Okay. So that's what I think. Okay, so this is like it's about oh, that's right, paying taxes in the in New York State, like tax fraud and stuff like that. So okay, so what happens? So does he have any actual effect? No, no. There's 2 or 3 lawsuits, like not lawsuits, indictments connected to this. Is the Trump organization, his own tax returns, and then something else, like a real estate transaction here. It shows okay with the in foreign power. Oh my God, guys, there's so many crimes. Oh my God. Okay, and more. Okay, so next. So it doesn't do anything. Okay. So guys, okay, I'm gonna go off a little bit on a tangent, but I think it's an important tangent because that's what I'm getting here a little bit, and I want to confirm. Okay, as you know, the impeachment and Trump leaving is something separate, right? There's a whole thing going on about him. He, as you know, his whole life he's committed like so many crimes. But what I see here, okay, is that how to say this, is that the stuff that's being investigated in the impeachment and the Turkey thing, all these things, and his past finances in some ways are separate. There's a whole other thing, which is all this stuff we talked about. How there was these investigations into the Trump organization, into his tax. There's like a lot of investigations in New York State about him. So, what is the result of these investigations? Like long, I don't care how long it takes. I want to know if he's gonna pay for it. Like regardless of his presidency, the treason stuff, and all that. Put that aside. The investigations into Trump org and all of those investigations that are going on in New York with Trish James and the Southern District, or or Cyrus Vance and everything like that. What is going to happen to that? Is he going to be found guilty? And if, because remember, guys, I always see the government getting his property. That's what I'm saying. So what happens long term to these cases? Okay, I need to know. I really do need to know because it's not just that he has to pay for what he has done with all the other stuff that we already know, but these other parallel investigations that don't even, in many cases, don't have to do anything to do with his election. But I mean, a lot of it, I don't know, like, okay, so what happens to, is he found guilty? Yeah, you know what I see, guys, is interesting. I see him, the guillotine, like the thing that cuts the head, but it's not that. It looks a little bit like that, but it's like a prison coming down, prison bars, and his hands are like this, and the prison bars come at him, at Trump. Okay, that's one. And then all the people that are listed as officers of that company, in other words, Don Jr., Eric, it could even be Ivanka, I think. They're in like I see them in prison. I don't see, I told you before, I don't see Ivanka. I don't know if she's gonna try to, I told you guys, she may try to negotiate deals. I don't know how she's gonna get out of it, but she may try to give out. That's why I feel like ultimately she may try to give information so powerful about Trump, because she's gonna try to do everything to not go to prison. She might go to prison in a relatively shorter term, but I see them all kind of paying for it. Okay, and I think it's so interesting because Victoria hasn't talked about it in this video, but she said, how the role of Pluto in creating the destruction of Trump. But when I asked, last video, not this one, but the other one, she had said that the male children, they like they're all Capricorns, and how they play a role in Trump's downfall. Okay, so then I asked about Ivanka, and she's like, well, but Ivanka's Pluto. We're going to talk about it another time. So we never really talked about her directly, but I think she's the one who really knives Trump in the back. I believe there's more there that she's going to give out in desperation because she doesn't want to, lose like Trump. I think out of all the kids, guys, she's the most like Trump. I think. She's like the bullshitter, the liar, and all that. So that's why she's motivated to throw him under the bus, because when she realizes that she could be, have the risk of paying for it, she doesn't mind if her brothers pay for it, but her.
No, I don't. That doesn't happen to me. No, that never does. Never does.
So that's why, okay? So she, it may turn out that she's gonna, right? There's a whole thing. Okay, so yeah, so I feel, guys, so there, I also saw that there's a forfeiture, just like the Manafort case, because if it's found that A, he cheated the taxes, okay, B, um it's money laundering, they're gonna lose it. And there's, guys, think about all the cases. They're gonna go, like, every woman that he's like sexually abused, every country, like all these people are gonna go back. He's gonna pay for everything. He's gonna owe billions, millions of dollars still to people. They're gonna lose everything. Okay, I think. Okay, I think. So Trump is like I was saying, he's like, oh, he's like, I told you, he's like trying to remove something that was like so small. By the time it all comes out, it's like, I don't know. I don't feel bad for him, but I'm like, yeah, it's all out there, bitch. Oh yeah. so so what happens? Okay, here if he, right. So very interesting, guys. I'm like, I love it. I love it. I love it. Okay, so okay, quickly, quickly, quickly. What it feels like? It feels like I haven't done a video in 5 days or something, but it's only one day I skip. It's not crazy. Oh, something fell here. Oh, oh, let me 1 second. Okay, card here. Oh, so okay, so what is the reason? Okay, so shady dreams letter. Yeah, shady. The goal is shady because through the letter it could be document. Okay, so what is it here? Oh, that's right, White House. White House here. Okay, adulator. Okay, so interesting, interesting, very interesting. Too late. That's it. Too late, bitch. Too late for you. So interesting because the adulators, guys, you know what it shows? It shows that this. Remember how I used to think that this was the people like had to kiss ass, but no, this is Trump kissing ass of the people who paid him. Okay, so it shows that the goals of the White House, and this is like they were forced to kiss ass of people. This is the problem, or the spy. Okay, he was kissing ass. It's too late, and somehow these documents show. In other words, we always know, don't need to know, his financial documents clearly show that he's compromised financially, especially regardless of the compromise of him having sex with whoever. The point is that finances show. That's why he's never wanted to make it public. Okay, so I think it answers it, guys. Interesting. Interesting. So yeah, he thinks he's clever, but his cleverness only goes too far. Okay, all right. Only goes so far. Okay, so next. So guys, the other questions are kind of hairier a little bit here. Okay, so but should I do let's do the impeachment question. Okay, so this is a big deal here. So how will the impeachment hearings go? A lot of questions. I'm just gonna say all of them. Okay, and then hopefully we'll have all the answers. Okay, so how will the impeachment hearings go? How are Republicans really feeling about it? When will the public hearings start, and when will they end? Will there be a Senate trial, or will Trump leave prior to that? Will current Republican voters change their minds, and if so, why? Will Republicans try to create a circus atmosphere? If they do that, what will Dems do about it? Because clearly, guys, they're gonna. I just. It was just all the questions I was thinking. Okay, so so okay, so okay, so let's go here. Okay, all right, so tell us about the impeachment vote. So Nancy is very smart. Of course, she gave the little, pathetic complaint to the Republicans had. Oh, let's make it public. Now it's public. So they're nervous. They're nervous because they want to own the narrative. They want to say that it's bullshit. They're constantly like decrying the impeachment. But when it happens, when the impeachment happens, the Democrats are making sure the Republicans can, in fact, respond. Like they can actually, have the opportunity to do that, but they decline. It's almost like Obviously, they gave them time, and it's a bit of the dangerous thing because what if they want to get the propaganda people, right? So, so the problem for the Republicans is that it's not a game. It's not like going on Fox News, okay? It's like it's legal. So if they f up, you know what I mean? It's like it's not a joke, okay? But then, okay, just the devil's advocate here. So well, but they thought it clearly they thought it was some sort of joke because they were playing around. But well, they know it's different this time. And the depth of the revelations, because they're saying here when this investigation happen, they won't be able to say like what are they going to say about the person? They're going to try to attack those people, right? But there's not much they can do. You know what I mean? Oh, but he looked at me weird. He did. He did. Like what? Well, what? What are you going to say to this? So it's going to be they just don't have it doesn't seem to work. And guys, you're seeing the people that the Democrats hired or work for the Democrats to do the investigate to do the questioning are geniuses. Okay, they're like really, really good about it. So it's like those people, guys, they're not gonna know what hit them the next day. Yeah, no. And okay, so then I see a couple of people absent. So what happened, like, guys, because this is a moment where now that the Democrats make it like, very official, are they going to arrest people? What? Like, what are they going to do? If people say, I'm not going to show up, which I think they may do, what are they going to do? The problem is saying that they were like, the Adams, she's like, oh, can we refer them to the Justice Department? Is not going to. But there's going to, by the time it's saying this, so all this happens, they're not going to be in a position where they be able to say, it's almost like there's going to be all these legal precedents that they're not going to be able to do it. They're not going to be able to defend these people. They and it's like, so are they going to be arrested? The people who don't, they're going to be arrested for lying to Congress. And it's, you're seeing here, just like Roger Stone. Remember how Roger Stone, he was indicted for lying to Congress and lying to the FBI. So similarly here, that is what may happen here is that they actually may refer to the FBI and the FBI may do, you know what I mean, guys? It's like, that's what it is. So it's going to escalate in that way, but I don't think that the Democrats are going to be involved. They're not even going to say anything. I think eventually it's going to go to the FBI, the contempt of court or whatever. Not contempt of court, it's more. Okay, so but anyway, but what should we know about it? Is it going to get to the point? Well, this is the other question. Is it going to get to the point where those people are gonna? Is there going to be a trial? It's also an important question. We get to a point where there's going to be a trial in the Senate, and if so, when? Guys, what's so interesting? I see December is kind of funny. So I see almost like a Western movie. Okay, so by the time December comes, like the guy comes in and they're totally massacred the Republicans. Like, I mean, I don't mean it physically, of course, but it's like there's nothing left. There's one person like, oh, limping. Like, oh, but okay, so but what does it mean for the impeachment? Because it's saying that there's so much that's going to happen until then or by then, and it's saying when December comes, when Christmas comes, you're going to be happy that it took so long, because it's going to be and other revelations are going to happen, and so everything is going to add up. Okay, so but what does it mean for the Senate? Okay, what does it mean for the Senate trial? What does it mean for the Senate? Interesting. Okay, so this is what I think, guys. I think they make a date for the impeachment trial in January, second or third week of January, okay? In the Senate, I mean. But I don't know that it happens because I feel like Trump is waiting. He's always buying time. He always does it. He tries to buy time constantly. So there's something I told you before, and it may be the thing about the campaign financing. Okay, the campaign finance violations. that by the time this, as they're waiting, they're like, Trump is hoping something's going to happen, that he's going to, get him off the hook. By the time the date comes, it's almost like there was a huge bomb in the Senate. In other words, the bombshell affects the Senate of the campaign financing. So there's almost like there's nobody there to do what Trump wanted. Because he was really hoping that by the time, which is correct on his end, that there was like Republicans are very unwilling to go against him. But by the time the date comes, there's a huge hole on the floor, like there was a bomb. And then there's nobody left. So but he has so between the time, this is the other thing, between the time that the Christmas comes and the indictment, I'm sorry, the January trial comes, he has to go. I think he leaves before this is what I think. I think he ends up leaving before the Senate trial, because you realize, oh, that's right, guys. All these people who are David K. Johnson, all these people who seem to know him, say that he hates humiliation, and that if he knows he's going to lose, he's not going to be sitting around there to watch it happen. He is only going to go through the Senate. Like, when he realizes he's not going to have either not have a vote, or that the Republicans are gone, or like once the truth is out there, he loses interest. He just doesn't want to be observing his end. To him, it's not just humiliating. It's like life, or it's like death. Like, right? Like the death of my lives. I don't want to be there for it. Because it's saying here, Trump is very good if he can coerce people into supporting him, as far as politicians are concerned. However, once he realizes he doesn't have support, he's gone. He's not. I'm not here to lose. No. So I told you before, he's tried. I think he wanted, guys. He's like, he wanted a huge payout from the U.S. government, like billion. Like I don't know. He wanted he's been holding the government hostage. But until he realizes that he can't win, he's not going to leave. Okay. And he doesn't. How is this going to be? I think, yeah. So I feel like I said before, I never saw him being impeached. I did think he was going to resign, but it's different in this case, because he's been trying. I think he has been thinking of resigning, but he's not going to resign because of the finances. He can, as you know, guys, as long as he's running for office, he can use the money to pay off all his illegal, and that's what he's doing. I think he's spending a lot of time trying to fight these cases while he's in office, because then he can use all the campaign money from the Republicans and all the illegal campaign money to pay off the lawyers. Okay. So when he realizes that he has to go, and he's going to play hardball to try to, like, until he realizes he doesn't have a choice, that to him he'd rather not be there than be there. He'd rather cut his losses and walk. But he's not going to walk. He's going to walk right to, like, I think he's going to go to the okay, so what happens? There's some sort of like triage place. Okay. He's going to go. I told you, like, to me, still looks like a military prison, but by the way, something like secret, you know what I mean? Like, not secret, like, I don't know, explain it. Because he has all this national security secrets. Okay. You know what I mean? Like, he's a dangerous guy. He's not like Nixon in that way. Okay. Oh my God. Okay. So it's like he has to face justice. I think pretty much the day he walks out of there, he's like, has to respond. He has to go to court. I think right, pretty much the next day or the same day. Something like, they're not gonna obviously, right? He's the kind of guy who needs an ankle. I need to collect ankle bracelet. I collect ankle bracelet for him for Brazil, right? Like, you can't let this guy out of sight. You know what I'm saying? It's like, whoa. Okay, so this is, guys. Okay, now something came to me as I was talking about military prison. This is important. It's unrelated to any topic today, but I don't know if you remember. There was a day when I asked about Tulsi. Okay, Tulsi Gabbard. Okay, so I asked about her. Okay, and I saw her being tried, and this is why it's coming back, because of the military prison thing. So I saw her in people with like this military uniform. I do remember this. I think I saw her being tried at like this military. I don't know. It was like something like that. And at the time, I thought it was because of At the time, I thought it was because, oh, it's like a treason thing or something, or like it's national security. But then I realized, and some of you may know this much better than I do, she is an active duty or not active. You know what I'm talking about? She's like a reserve army. Isn't she Army Reserve? Right? She's technically is still a member of the military. Isn't that true? I think she said they're like, oh, she's active in the army. I think, right? So what it means, if I could be wrong, okay, but I feel like because she's a member of the U.S. military, right? She's a member of the U.S. military. Technically, she can go be court-martialed, right? Is that correct? Is that right? I think she could be court-martialed. That's what because I see she's like that is what it was. Is the military courts? I think, right? Because if I don't you think, okay, right? Because that's what it is. I see because what I saw was like I don't know if she was wearing like a gray uniform or like there's all these men with military uniforms. It's not a court with a judge. Like we know the outfit of the judge is like everybody's wearing a uniform in the court. And she's wearing like a gray outfit. I don't know if it's like the she's in prison there or what, but I feel like she is like tried in a military court. Okay, because I think don't and I this is like probably illegal, technical legal things. I don't know, but if you are, I would imagine just know if there's an issue of I know people say, oh, treason, you have to be, you have to be like, there has to be a declared war, but I feel like even if it's not a declared, it's like espionage, something where there's an active military duty officer, like not active, I don't know what you call it, but it's like you're actually legit part of the military, and there you are, like accepting the foreign money, doing whatever the foreign country wants, especially, right? I think it's a big problem. It's problemo. Yeah. Problemo for her. Problemo. Yeah. So now it makes sense. Okay. This is why I was like, I saw it was like a cinder block. It was like it was the place where I saw this trial happening was actually did not look like a courthouse either. It looked like a cement floor. It was like a loft, not a loft. This is at least the floor that I remember. Art galleries have these like cement floors, but it's like a cement floor place, kind of empty. Like it's not open to the public. It's not like a court where there's like, oh, I'm like me. Hi, I'm Rose. I'm here for a trial. No, I can't go there. I don't think I can go. I'm like, oh, hey, no, no, girl, no. No, I'm not the. Oh, okay. I'll go. Like, no, I don't think you can go. I don't think because everybody in there, guys, is like wearing uniform. Yeah, different uniform, different colors, different thing. Okay, yeah. So this is it. I feel like not only there is an element here of her, of course, there's the illegal campaign financing, but there's more, and it's worse. I think it's because she could be. That's what it is, like court martial, right? That's what I think it is. I don't know if it's exactly the term, but it's like, yeah, there are people that are there, even the lawyers there, they are like wearing military uniform. Maybe I think maybe if she has a lawyer that is not military, that doesn't make sense. Does a person, do you guys know? Okay. Do you guys know this? Okay. If, like, let's say a civilian person can be defending a person, right? So, okay. So for example, was that right? Feel good. I'm going to look it up. I don't remember, guys, because I don't know that a normal lawyer, like a normal person, like it's a oh, here's a law firm. I don't think you can go defend. You can go, and it's very secret, right? Is that right? You know, they can. Yeah. No, no, guys. My question is, they have civilian lawyers or no? Just that's right, because I don't see anybody with like normal. They don't not wearing like a suit and tie. No, nobody's wearing a tie. They're all wearing that, and I think, and it's in a hot place, guys. Oh, it's in a hot place because you know why? It's Guantanamo, huh? I love. Please make it real. Guantanamo, oh Guantanamera, Guantanamera, Guantanamera. Well done, yeah. Ooh. No, because it's hot. You know why I say this? Because I see they're wearing short sleeves, right? I feel like if it was hot, you know what? Okay, if it was hot, I don't think because I see they're kind of like like I know Brazil, like you kind of have like this skin is kind of like it's humid. It's a humid place. Oh, it's a humid place. Okay, so it's like, hmm and I hear waves. Is a waves island? Interesting, no? Interesting. Oh, interesting. Oh, interesting. No, interesting. Oh, oh. Let's say island, island, military trial USA. Oh, interesting. Let's find out. This is an island, huh? Oh, oh. Okay, so trial. Okay. Oh, interesting. Interesting. Let's say here. Oh, here trials of the U.S. naval something. Oh. Dockets. Is that location? Location. Quantico, Norfolk, Camp Lejeune, Paris Island, Beaufort, South Carolina, Jacksonville, Mayport, Florida, San Diego, California, Camp Pendleton, Kaneho Bay, Hawaii. Oh, Hawaii! Oh yeah, girl. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh, interesting. Oh. Oh, interesting. 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 So, oh yeah, guys. Oh, it's so funny here. See, do you hear siren? Oh yeah, siren coming for her. Siren coming. Siren coming. Oh yeah. So this is it, guys. I feel like if she, oh yeah, interesting. So wow, that's very interesting. So anyway, guys, it explains it for me. Okay. Yeah. So yeah. Hmm. Oh. Uh, oh. Uh. Sad for her. Sad. Oh no, I'm not sad for her. No. Okay, guys, just give me hope today. A lot of hope. Okay, so next, interesting, very interesting. Okay, now seriously. Okay, oh my god, okay, let's go here. Okay, so oh, what happened? What the hell here? I click something. Okay, so now going back. So I think okay, I think we have the answer here. Okay, guys, you should I do a quick question? Just 10 minutes, okay? On the guy, I'm sorry, the Eisenberg. I already asked about him. Okay, but I have questions, right? Okay, I'm just thinking here. Okay, so let's do it. Okay, the guy. Okay, the server guy. This is such a big deal. I feel like this is a huge. Okay, this server situation. So he's gonna and forgive me. I'm kind of repeating. I've already looked into it, but I feel like somehow I am more focused today, or I'm okay. It seems to be a bigger deal even. Okay, so John Eisenberg will testify on Monday. How will it go? He's not, of course, nervous. Okay. And of course, he's a lawyer, so he knows. I mean, he's gonna, have a try to organize his defense that he's just gonna say, yes, I did it. I thought it was the best decision because of the leaks. Oh, we don't want the leaks. No, there's no big deal with that in America. No big deal. No. So, so what I think is fascinating here is that I think he's going to be questioned by this, those genius people who work now for the Democrats who are not like a Senate, those. I love the representatives, but sometimes they're like, in my district, we drink a lot of milk. Yeah, like I'm sorry, they never get to the point, right? So it's the people that act this time. They're very competent. They're like have a lot of experience, trial lawyers types. Okay, so very good. So then he's like, he says, "Oh, I thought it was the best decision," but for some reason, what I'm getting, guys, it's just amazing, is that for some reason, this lawyer for the Democrats, he's able to kind of get the guy to admit that there's something shady with the cause of with Putin. Yeah. So that how that is, right? So they say it, and then it's like, well, now we need to know why. So can we have a look at that? I mean, why are you like? Is there a reason? Are you? I mean, why? I mean, is that weird? Like, So I feel like he brings up, for some reason, it gets to a situation where we're gonna have to have a look at the. I mean, really, guys, it should. I know. I feel like I know there's a lot of national security issues of everything, but there's no reason. As much as much as possible, all this stuff should be public or at least accessible. Like why should it be like a big deal? Like I'm sorry, no. Frank Filuzzi. I like him a lot. He said that when he had a job, I forgot where he had a job with FBI or something. What one of the things he did was to determine if a certain material was going to go to the very high security server or not. And he said that those types of calls should not be on the high security server. There's no reason for it. But that was he was trained for to do this thing. So he's like, so we're going to know the information. So when this thing happens, somehow, and I think the guy is so smart, he's gonna kind of have him admit something that it was like very shady, and that somehow to sort of force the hand of his hand and of the white, because guys, this guy told you he's in trouble, obviously, right? So he's in trouble. Oh yeah. Okay, so how is it gonna be for this guy? He's just gonna be like, no, I did it because I thought it was the right thing to do. No biggie. No big. Forget about it. So, okay, so let me just confirm. So, does it mean then that this information is gonna be made? Okay, because I have this question, guys. Regardless of Monday, at some like, are we gonna find out what's on these calls? Obviously, we don't need to know every detail, but are we gonna find out what's on these calls with Putin and Trump, and Trump and MBS before Trump leaves the government? And if not before, then after when? Oh, guys, what it's saying, when the information comes about his finances, they're gonna force it to be revealed, or like they're gonna have access to it, because there's gonna be so much more, guys, that's gonna show Trump was connect, or they're gonna. Okay, so what is okay, let's just go back here. So what is the difference between the calls between Ukraine and the calls with Russia? As far as the content is concerned, they're all in these hyper secure servers. But why? Why? And what is the difference in tone? Very different. Oh, saying because Trump is meek when he talks to Putin. In the call with Zelensky, he's like, "Hey, listen, I need a favor. Yeah, I need a favor." But with Putin's like, "Oh, are you okay? I'm so glad to hear from you. Thank you for taking the time on your day to call me. I'm so pleased. Thank you so much. I love you so much." And then Putin is just is Trump. Putin acts towards Trump the way Trump acts towards Zelensky, basically. He's like, listen, I need a favor, kind of that kind of thing. I think, except that he's smarter than that. So it shows, and I feel, guys, I wish that it was made public, because it shows to me that he was so passive. Okay, so passive, like towards, oh, oh, thank you so much, like that. Okay, yeah. So then. So this is the guys, and it's interesting. So it's saying that this stuff is going to be revealed anyway. The trials of Jared. Yeah, Jared. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh, but guys, although Jared, uh-huh, and I was learning about it today, Jared's going to be charged with espionage. Okay, so I think Jared's trial, one of his trials, because there's many, um, guys is saying that there's going to be for 12 years. There's going to be trials of Jared, like how many crimes he committed, like pretty much every week of his life. If he's still, I don't know. I told you, I think he's going to be not electrocuted, like lethal injection. I still feel like there's gonna be so many cases. He's gonna have to go, like, every day. He's gonna go to, like, cases. He's gonna have to, like, show up from different ships from different prisons to go to answer for all this stuff. So some of it is some of the cases he's going to be charged with are secret because of the national security problem. Some others, like real estate things, are not necessarily. So, but the information that the MBS talks to Trump about has to do with Jared. Okay, so that's why. You know what I mean? So it's gonna come out, not all of it, because some of it is secret, should not be made public because of what he requested. And I think Jared, I don't know if Jared is on the call, guys. I don't know how it works. It can't be like, hey, I'm Jared, I'm on the call too. Like, But there's something here where there's a reference to Jared like being there, or something that they discussed. Okay. So, because I feel like guys, I actually get the sense here that the Ukraine call is not even incriminating. Like, it's incriminating because you see how Trump acts towards others. We see the quote unquote aggressive side of his, but on the other calls, you see the pliant, pliable, in like meek side of his. We don't even haven't even seen how he acts towards the people that give him money. You know, so that's what I sense. I feel like he's like, oh, thank you so much. Oh, like whatever, like that. Okay. So, okay, but when is it going to become? I feel like the calls with Putin are going to be part of it, guys. And I don't. Okay, I'm okay. So okay. I have another question. It's connected to the impeachment thing. So I have seen things, and even you could see for a long time, and also in the Victoria reading, that Trump is not going to go. Okay, how do I say this? That there's going to be a lot more information coming out, regardless of the impeachment, especially financial. So, is there a chance that these trials of the impeachment can be used to bring this stuff public, or is it just going to be Ukraine? You know what I mean? Like, I feel like there has to be more. And I think they should use the fact the Democrats should use the fact they have the House to just continue to never stop investigations, so that's the only way they can make public all of it, all of this stuff. So that's what I mean. So that's the question, essentially, is that given that the stuff was, so that's what it shows, that the information is going to come out about Trump's finances, and then it's going to show his connection to Russia, and then they're going to want to see what's up in these calls. So are we going to find out about this? Is the impeachment going to open up to other issues? Is my question then, okay, or not? Okay, how is this going to happen? Oh, there's different committees investigating different things, and so they're interesting. So then they can refer. There's like they're saying that there's a judicial the impeachment is not the only investigation. Okay, there's other parallel investigations. So when stuff drops, it gets added to the impeachment. It gets added, and I think I told you it's going to come to a point, guys, where it's going to be chaos. Like, the Republicans are not even, and they said it. Did you see the Adam Schiff who was on Rachel show? He was like, some people don't even show up. Some of these Republicans, they complain, the propaganda bullshit. They say, oh, it's closed, so sad, but they don't show up to the hearings. And the same thing is going to happen. Some of them are not even going to show up because it's so bad. The thing looks so bad. It's such chaos. They're like, they don't want to be involved. They don't want to they don't want to show their faces in public, I think. You know, guys, think about it. It's going to take, I mean, I really believe, like, okay, 12 years. Okay, 12 years of investigations into Jared. Okay, like, because think about how many trials like you're gonna have of the Jared, like all the crimes, all the countries, all the stolen stuff. It's like the greatest criminals of all time. Like, so you know what I mean. So this is like it's not just a shit show. It's like they're empty because they don't want to be part of it. They don't. They feel embarrassed. They're humiliated, and also they can't defend it, and they don't want to be seen on television, like, around there. They rather, like, not dereliction of duty, not showing up, than being filmed, in those environments. Oh my God, isn't that awful? So awful. So wow, guys. Oh my God. So wow. Okay. So okay. Oh my God. So wow, this is good, guys. This is good. Okay. So is there some okay. The other question, I know, I'm sorry, I am repeating myself a little bit, but I think it's so important. Okay. Okay. As you know, I always talk about how these lawyers all come from Kirkland Ellis. But they also come from this guy, guys, well, shocker. He comes from Kirkland Ellis, and he worked in the Bush White House. What? He's all these people know each other, guys. Kavanaugh, Acosta, Barr, um, Pat Cipollone, this guy, they all come from the same group. Like, they knows each other from back in the day. Guys, there's a conspiracy, obviously. Obviously. I've already asked this question, but I feel like I need to ask it again. Okay. Seriously, like, what the hell? So why are these people like? What is their conspiracy there? Like, this is so stupid. Like, they're breaking so many laws. There has to be a conspiracy. Like, what the hell what's their plan here? Oh, guys, you know what it is? Oh my God. I don't want to, I don't mean to, it's not that I want to focus on Trump, of course, but you know what it's saying very clearly, told me here, guys. It's saying that Barr, this is not the first cover up that Barr is involved in. Oh, really? It's saying that the Bush election, and I don't know if he was involved. He's around. There's something here, guys. It's not the first time. Oh, no, 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 no. It's not the first time he's involved in the cover up. No, no, no. Right? So interesting. Okay, so this is it. So that's why now it makes perfect sense. They're all engaged in a giant cover up. That's it. They're like, we did with the cover up team. Oh yeah, come here, cover it up. Like we know how it works. So they have to be. That's what guys. Oh my god, it's so creepy. You know what it is? Like, oh, you need somebody the NSC, of course. What does this guy do? He's the lawyer of the NSC. So he is in the position to see whatever intelligence stuff is going on. So they like to buff, like, to not let it be public. So that's it. We're the cover up team. Yeah. God. Oh my god. Okay. It's unreal. Okay, so that makes sense. Okay, so that's it. They're cleaning up, and they know that's the job. That's like, man, that's why you're here. To kind of cover up. Like, make sure that it's kind of like you're supposed to. Oh my god, you know what it shows to me, guys? It's sort of like a person. Like, imagine if you're like a serial killer and you have a team that cleans up after you. That's the similar thing. It's like Trump is a serial killer, and then there's like all hundreds of people around him to like, oh no, let's clean up the crime scene. Don't worry about it. Like, that's it. That's the people. Oh my god. Okay, so then Marco Harros. Okay. Why is a well-trained lawyer like Eisenberg doing this? Doesn't he see what danger he's putting himself under in the process of protecting Trump? And I already kind of have a sense of the answer. But let me just tell you what I sense before I do the actual vision. It shows here, guys, that those people have their whole lives they've been in proximity with power, and they feel totally invincible, especially because they're lawyers. Like, when we know the law, we know how to go work around it. We're like, right? So that's my sense. But let me just now. So why doesn't he feel like he's in danger? No, because I'm here to protect those people who are I'm here to protect the people doing the right thing. Because that's right, guys. There are those people who are like religious nuts, and they like want to do the abortion. They want to do, all the stuff, anti-abortion, anti-gay people, all those things. So they feel like the ends justify the means. That's their thing. It's like, the ends justify the means. Forget about it. And I see, guys, it's so interesting. Okay, by the way, I need to write a post about it on my blog or whatever. But I got Rachel's book on audio. Okay, and it's amazing because she talks a lot about what Boris Berezovsky was telling me on the visions, right? The importance of the oil industry, and the first chapter, like, I don't know, it doesn't tell me what chapter it is, but at the very beginning, it talks about Standard Oil and how he was a monopoly and how he was so respected, and not until he was taken down because of the monopoly. So similarly here, I see Barr like saying like, but America was made by Standard Oil, you know, something like to the effect that he's like, I'm here to protect the people that made America great. Okay. And he feels like those people are entitled to, just like the Kochs, it's just so much hatred. The little people hate us because we're successful. We're just like, exactly like all those things. Okay. So they're like, whatever, like, I'm here to protect them. America was made by those people. There's the great people of America. Now everybody gets a chance. Now everybody, complains about something. No, no, no. And it's like, and it was like, those people are, that I told you, the anger, like, they're motivated to protect. It's like not monarchy exactly, but it's like oligarchy, right? That's exactly that. It's like those people are big, some people are better than others. Screw them. Guys, those people who are in the right wing, I don't know if you've had the chance to read some of what they write. They're very Darwinian. They believe that some people are stronger than others, and the ones that are strong win, the other ones die. Bye. That's it. That's their excuse. So similarly here. So while there's always somebody who's oppressed, look at the jungle. I mean, you're gonna get eaten anyway, whatever. Might as well be the lion. So so guys, so very interesting. Okay, so that's okay. So here, so he doesn't. He feels like it's kind of like a blindness, situation of blindness. It's like, no, but I'm near power. As long as I'm close to power, I'm safe. It's like he said that makes sense because it's like it feels like let's say it feels like some like poor African American man. No, there's nobody to protect him. There's no power associated with this person. So therefore you can't really commit a crime because it's saying here, guys. You know what's saying me? It's kind of like I don't know if you are familiar with Photoshop. Photoshop has an eraser tool. You can erase images, right? So similar, it's almost like when they're close to power, they have an eraser tool. So you can power allows you to erase crime, you know. So it's kind of like it's like they press on the thing. Oh, it's the eraser tool. I can erase it, erase it, erase it. Like that's it. Fascinating. Okay. So that's it, guys. You know, it's like some people are better, they have rights, and like other people don't have rights, and that is what it is. Deal with it. And so I'm here to make those people get away with things. That's what we do. And guys, you know, and in a way, actually, yes, if you read about you know, there's a lot of white criminal defense lawyers, and that's the bread and butter of these fancy, a lot of white shoe law firms. Okay, they also do corporate law and a lot of things, but it's saying that to them, it's not a stretch because they're always defending the super wealthy or like fighting for the ultra wealthy. So it's not new for them. Okay, so they're acting essentially as defense lawyers, except that they're, you know what I mean. So it's kind of like it's not that they're defense lawyers, but they're just helping out the client. It's kind of like the same the guy, you know. I just see the OJ. It's not OJ Simpson because it was it was African, but you know what I mean. Kind of like, oh, the glove doesn't fit because if you move your hand a certain way, it's not gonna fit. You know what I mean? Kind of like it's like there you can find technical things to like cling on to, and that's what they try to do. You know, with like, and this is why because they see like we're the cover up gang. That's it, cover up gang. That's who they are. So interesting. Huh? Fascinating, guys. I'm sorry. You know, I'm okay. Today's gonna be. Feel free to go, but I have a couple questions that I'm gonna ask because, as you know, it's gonna be the weekend. Monday's crazy, so I need to ask. I need the answers. I need the answers. I need the answers. So the two answers that I need are about Beto, okay, and then Lindsey Graham, okay. Okay, so that I think it's important questions. Okay, so just to finish here, so what's gonna happen to this guy? Is he gonna go down? Is he gonna go down? This guy Eisenberg. Oh yeah, it's saying all of them. They are going to end up. I think there's going to be books written about them eventually because one of them might come out and like explain the whole story, repent after some time in prison. But like, guys, can you imagine this person? Like, he's responsible for hiding this treasonous behavior. Like, how could you do that? Don't think about it, how serious it is. The stuff he's hiding. Like, how serious is it? Like, meanwhile, there's people who are risking everything. Okay, meanwhile, people are risking everything to like tell the truth. Like, oh, oh yeah, it was promising, you know, whatever. Like, let's hide it. Let's put it away. Let's hide the weapons. You know, the weapons that he killed the person with. That's kind of how it is. It's like the serial killer is like gun washer or whatever. So it's like, don't tell. You know, and guys, these people know the law. They're not like a naive. They don't. I really feel so bad, for example, for Reality Winner because she really believed, oh, I'm gonna talk to Glenn Greenwald. He's gonna help me out, and then she got, she goes to prison because she's naive. She doesn't know, and then who to contact, and they've turned things around and put her in jail because she has information about how the Russians changed the like. Okay, that's it. Right? She finds this information that is shady. She decides to make it public. She wants to tell somebody about it. Goes to prison, and this guy is like, oh, he's done like the shadiest of the shady. Oh no, let's hide it. No, what about it? No. So okay, so I think it's like he's gonna go down. This guy. I hope he go. I'm sorry. Think about it. Like it's so serious. Like it's so serious. It's so serious. This whole thing, guys. Okay. But I told you she's gonna win. You know, the end, she's suffering now, but in the end, she's gonna be known as the hero. I think. I think she's gonna be recognized for her hero. I see her going on those talk shows at night. You know what I mean? I think she's gonna be fine eventually, as after this, when the trash people are exposed. Oh my god. Okay, so now, guys, it's important. Let's go. If you don't mind, like I said, I need to have a conversation with you. So, guys, two important questions. So let me just. We're gonna finish with Beto, but let's go to Lindsey Graham first. Okay. So why did Lindsey Graham step down as chairman of Senate Judiciary Committee? Shaka Grassley is named this chair. Why? Doesn't want to be the one telling Trump he's impeached after Senate. Why? What is the reason? Guys, what's so interesting? I mean, I don't. It's weird that I'm seeing this, but I feel like he thinks he could throw up because he has to. He's disgust. I think he's disgusted by some of the things Trump has done, but he's like he has to act a certain way, and I feel like he doesn't want to be associated with this. I feel like he knows that whatever the outcome, there's a gigantic political risk, and he feels that if he's filmed on television constantly, supporting Trump or whatever, he's going to pay a price. And he does it. It's like he thinks it's smarter that he stays away from the cameras on that, in that regard. And he feels that Grassley, because he's so old, like I think he's going to retire pretty soon. He's not at risk. He is. He has ambitions still. Okay, so how does he feel about Trump's impeachment? Guys, I see him drinking a lot. He drinks whiskey. Has like the little flasks. He drinks a lot. Wow. So does he want to what's the deal with his elections over there, South Carolina? Is he going to be reelected? What's the deal? Guys, I see him being handcuffed. Wow. Really? Why is it handcuff? Wow. I see him giving some sort of secret information to Trump about something. I don't know what. I see also it's the campaign. I don't know, guys. It's like it's not that I don't feel bad for him at all, but I feel like what I see? I see the face of John McCain. Oh my God, I see John McCain when he goes to the other side. I'm not saying he's gonna go now, but he's like, we're friends, but now you're going down to state of hell, boss, bitch. I told you, you could. It's like, why do this? It's not worth it. Just retire. Do something else. It's unreal. Okay, it's unreal. Okay, guys. It's so interesting. You said writing her. I was gonna write a letter to her. Okay, too. There's something, but I think they're like not letting her read the mail or something like talking about reality winner. Okay, but anyway, so they were treating her badly in prison and stuff. So anyway, okay, I was thinking of sending her like money, commissary money, but I was like, maybe it's like they're gonna. I don't know. I'm worried. Like I don't want to. Like I don't know. But I was like, because I think I looked it up. How do I send commissary? Can I send commissary money to people? I don't know. You know what I mean? I was like, maybe I can send her a commissary money, but I think she. I don't know if she's like. I don't know the situation. I don't know. So anyway, so long story. So let me go back here. So interesting question. What does Trump have on Lindsey Graham? Okay, I think we know that is the relationships. Yeah. So what does Trump have on Lindsey Graham? I think I see a photograph of him in a gay bar with a boyfriend who died of AIDS. Okay, guys. Oh my God, no. Imagine if okay, not because I wish that he has AIDS or anything, but imagine if he has AIDS. I don't think he does, but like because I see this is like he was in his like late 30s, early 40s in a gay bar with a man who seems kind of like really handsome, and I think he's like this is like back he must have been, cuz guys, I'm like I love documentaries about the AIDS era. Okay, so they found a cure, not a cure, but those medicines that made it much easier to survive in the late 90s, 97 or 95, 97, something like that. So wow, I don't think, yeah, because I think the guy died, the guy that he was his boyfriend or something. But okay, so but what else, is that it? Yeah. Because, guys, I see here, this is what I think. I think I told you before, but I believe there is some sort of underground extortion network. I told you before that Trump is part of it. And they seem to know the people there's dirt on certain politicians. And I feel like for some reason, they're like the power of the dirt has to do with how powerful they are in a way, right? So for example, because I don't explain it, there's something like they can control people that way. And I also feel like guys, and I see that this is the KGB doesn't exist anymore, but I see this like a Soviet building where they have supposedly they have a lot of information that not compromise, but it's like files on people. Probably nowadays it's a computer thing, but it's like files on people, and they have like on several prominent people. So they have photographs, they have like like now an analytical descriptions, like personalities like this, lived in this place, did this, did that, was a friend of this, so I see these like fairly grainy photographs of him. And I feel, oh, that's right, guys. Do you remember? This is interesting. We'll talk about JAG. I think he was a JAG lawyer. Wasn't Lindsey Graham in the military as a JAG lawyer? I think he was. Do you remember before? Okay, like, okay, I think he was. Let's say Graham, because I see Graham. Okay, Graham, JAG lawyer, JAG Graham, right? JAG, that's the thing we're talking about, the military. That's right. Okay, let's see the dates, guys. See, that's right. It makes sense. That's right, the 90s. He started serving senator from South Carolina. Okay, so he was, okay, look. House of Representatives, 2nd District, 93 to 95. So that would make sense because I see him. Let's say, okay, here's what does it say his age? Does it say when he was born? Okay, 55. So 50, that's exactly that. So 55, that means in 85 he was 30. And he started Congress in 90, was it 93? So he was 38. Okay. So it makes sense. It makes sense that like there's this moment where he could have, I feel like there's something where I don't believe he was in Congress. Okay. Yeah, but it's not, but I had a conversation about this being gay not being big deal anymore with somebody. She was in the group, I think Sheila White, I think her bye Eva, thank you. Okay, so um she's I think from the area, okay, but she was saying that there's people over, like if your base is far right Christian, okay, okay, like think about it. It matters a lot. If your whole thing is to be anti-gay, and like if your whole thing is like how, all of that, and he never married, right? That was the thing. He never, I mean, not to say that there's not a secret that he's gay. Everybody seems to know he's gay, but it's on their minds. It's one thing if you're known as being gay versus having photos of him being gay, in gay bars. Because I see the guy that he was with, he had a, like what I was talking about, like, because like I told you, I watch all these documentaries about AIDS era, but they has some of them used to have like the mustache. You know what I mean? It's a gay look with the mustache, with like kind of like that guy. He's like kind of muscular a little bit with the mustache in the 80s or like early 90s or something. Okay, he was like, and I feel like it may be that if he was a Jaguar, he was not in South Carolina proper. Like he was not at home, but he would go to these places and right. So it matters exactly. Like for yeah, a little bit like Freddie Mercury, but the guy looks different. He looks more athletic. Handlebar mustache is how yeah. But blonde. The guy was blonde. This guy I see him with, he was blonde. And like, almost like looks a little bit not preppy, but he looks kind of like a rougher preppy, but still kind of a blonde guy, but like, that type of look. Could be a police officer, kind of like a police officer type look in that, kind of like I don't know why I say police officer, but something. That's why I feel like, you know, yeah, it is a big deal, guys, but it is a big deal. It is a big deal for people in those areas that are very like Christian, okay, and they're all about like, oh my God, it's so wrong. Those people, guys, think about it. That's basically their base. So and not just that. Okay, so I feel like this is it. I think they have this information. And but what anything else? Yeah, I think it's the gay stuff, okay? I think it is. Oh, and you know what, guys? I see. Oh my god. Oh my god, this is crazy. Yeah, no, but guys, let's get real. No, seriously, like think about it. Like how look at these areas. There's a lot of people, like a lot of places where it's like a huge deal. This is like, guys, look at like how think about the Trump administration, as you may or may not know this, that they're trying to make discrimination against gay people legal. I'm not kidding. This is serious. They're spending time trying to make discrimination legal. Like you could be fired for being gay. I was watching something like they're trying to push this. Okay. So of course, in this case, it's a big deal. Okay. So that's why, right? That's the base that they live with, you know what I mean? That's why. So they're pushing these policies, and at the same time they're like, right? So the other thing that I wanted to say, this is the other thing, guys. I want to just say, oh my god, this is so specific. I feel like this person that I don't know if it's this person or another person, he's been with hustler, like male prostitutes also. I don't know. I still feel like this is far like back when he was younger, not now necessarily, but he's been with prostitutes and they've interviewed the prostitute, or like I don't know. He's been with some rougher characters in the past that had this information, and about sometimes like this stuff exists, and so this is it. I feel like not just that there was like photos, because I see them as it's a party. Like the picture that I see is him, like the guy is wearing a tank top. Oh my god, it's so specific. Right? The guy is wearing a tank top, and he is wearing it's either some sort of like carnival or like Halloween, something where it's a party, and there it's like a bar, a small gay bar, and like photograph like in a party, but costume or something. And I feel like and and I don't know, guys. I do believe that this guy died that he was with before, but he either has been with someone who he was like hired someone or something where they know, or they right. It's a known thing. Everybody seems to know that he's gay, but that's what I'm saying, guys. It's different. It's like we know that he and the other guy Turtle is probably gay, but it's one thing to know that he's sort of gay in that world. But it's another to see that he was with male prostitutes, or that he was had like a pretty active you know, gay life or something. You know what I mean? I think. So so that's what I think. Okay, okay. I feel like that. It's that. That's what I think. That's the compromise. Oh, I feel, guys. I think I see Roger Stone in this too. Roger Stone is involved in this because Roger Stone, guys, and Trump, and but then it begs the question: why wasn't it used before? If this information existed, why didn't they use it before? Like this is just a question that I have. So, anyway, so like, wow. Exactly. Audrey said exactly. It's like don't ask, don't tell. That's it. That's it. Okay. Yeah. So Joanne is, guys, let me go. This is like, and I know already going over, but like Joanne is saying Russians hacked the GOP emails too. After LG went golfing with Trump, that's when his tune changed. Now I want to know what exactly. I may have asked this a long time, but I'm curious. What exactly did Trump say to him? What exactly did he tell him? And the other question, does John McCain know about it? Did he know about it? So okay. So So okay, guys. So this is it. Okay. So now what I see is so gross. Oh my god, it's so gross. So he was there, but obviously he does it in a place where he feels like he can't be picked up. Maybe it was. I don't know. But like, I see him like he's saying like, okay, for example, is it pieces? There's a Okay, there's like this, let's say a gay let's say Stonewall is a famous, was a famous gay bar where the thing happened, the riots happened. So they're like and by the way, guys, just so you know, the mob is involved there's a that's actually there is a documentary like ask me a documentary exists, I know it. But there was a documentary one time I watched about the relationship between the mob and gay bars. Okay, seriously. Because they used to own all the gay bars. Why? Because that is how they would take pictures, secretly take pictures of men who were powerful, and then they would extort them. It's like this is in the 50s, 40s, God knows when. Okay. So this is a tradition. So very likely that, right, this is possible. So anyway, so Trump goes like, for example, hey, do you remember that place Stonewall? Yeah, I heard a friend of mine was telling me, hey, Lindsay used to be my friend. He showed me pictures. Yeah, it was nice picture. What about Bob? That's your friend, right, Bob? Yeah, I saw those. He was like this. Like, can you imagine? So, so this is so you know what I mean. And just again, guys, if you don't the thing about it's easy for us to in like liberal areas to say it, but it's the person that Sheila. I remember talking to her. She said something like, I didn't talk to her, speak to her on the phone, but she said something like, because what if he wanted to do politics? You can't have what it is like you can't have if you come out as a gay man in that environment, you become ostracized. You don't really are you're not welcome in the corridors of power. That's a fact. Okay, that's just a fact. Okay. And I feel like that's it. It's like if you wanted he wanted to, let's say that he didn't know or he was confused or he thought he didn't have to be whatever, but then he likes being a politician. So you can't do it's like if you're a Republican and you want to be among the powerful people, then you don't have a choice. You know what I mean? Like you really don't have a choice. You have to do, that's it. That's the only option. And I was, guys, sometimes I like to troll, like to attack people. And I was like, I have a lurker account or whatever, but that's why I have to be careful because I talk, I'm like, ain't get angry. But it was like some tech person was like, oh, Peter Buttigieg is doing well. He's doing so great. I know I think he has chances to win against Elizabeth Warren. And I wrote, so I wrote, well, yeah, I know you like him because, obviously you like him. He's a Republican. And I wrote, I said, the only reason why he's running as a Democrat is because he's gay, openly gay. And I was like, because the Republican has radicalized itself with religion so much that a person who's actually, who are actually, by nature Republican, they're not gonna, never gonna win because you can't be gay and Republican. You know what I mean? Unless you're like Peter Thiel, who's so rich that it's like the money buys, you know what I mean, acceptance, right? So, so that's what I think, guys. I think some people and I'm saying, not that I think he's a terrible person or good. It's not the point about Buttigieg, but it's pretty obvious. Why do these like Republicans pretty much, those kind of like in tech think that he's so great? Because he's the only one who's probably not going to go after Facebook, obviously, right? But the bottom line, I think that the sexual orientation thing is a big deal. Okay, I think for the Republican base. Okay, so you can't. I'm sorry. At least right now, hopefully things could change. But I don't see how you could be a prominent Republican politician and gay. Don't you think? And that just doesn't seem possible because those people, they're all about like, some of these people, guys, they want to bring back conversion therapy. Can you believe it? Like seriously. No, seriously, they want to bring back conversion therapy to these people. They're like in Congress. I think there's a woman who's like, if I'm wrong, if I think about it, it's unreal. Like think about it. This is it. And so, so it's like it's just it is what it is. It's like unless the culture, and this is ironic, right? It's like as much as they pursue these anti, it's kind of outdated like lifestyles or whatever. Not outdated, not that but it's like they want this world. It doesn't really exist anymore. Like they want nobody's a place where nobody's gay, or a place where everybody looks the same, a place where like it's idealized. So if you wanna push these policies, like you have to embrace like hate, people who are homophobia. That's it. Like that's part of the. I'm sorry, but let's get real. Like homophobia is part of the Republican platform. It is, right. I'm not saying anything controversial. I think it's obvious. Okay, among other things, but you have right. So you can't. You know what I mean? Interesting. Oh, Jess said Edgar Hoover was a raging homophobe and gay. Interesting, right? Oh my god. So anyway, interesting, guys. So wow. So then, guys. Okay, now let me see here. So okay, guys. I swear this is the last square. Oh my god, Beto. Guys, I'm so sorry. Okay, I please feel free to go. Don't feel like you have to be here. I'm really like I just because I know it's gonna be weekend. I don't want to do like a video. I want to like have this is like not do the video on the weekend, but I will therefore I need to cover questions because I know Monday is gonna be crazy. I know Monday is gonna be crazy. So last question about this situation with Lindsay, and then Beto. Okay, so the last question about Lindsay is: are we gonna know the information that Trump had on people? Because I think he's blackmailing a lot of people. Okay, so are we? Is it gonna? I mean, maybe the information, not the nature of the information, may not become public, but I want to know because this is so bad. So are we gonna? Is this gonna come out that Trump was blackmailing people? Not right now, because the nature of like the revelations of like how he, what he's doing already in terms of the treason and like being bad, doing these horrible things. Um, you know, but like, but eventually, I think it's gonna come out, yes, but not right now. Okay, it's just there's gonna be so many trials in the future, but not right now. Okay, so okay, now Beto. So why did Beto? I mean, it seems pretty obvious why, but honestly, I thought he had the, he was gonna go along. Okay, so tell me about Beto. What's happening? Why did he drop out, and what's gonna happen to him? Okay, so so oh my god, I'm sorry. So I feel like okay, so the thing about Beto, there's several things here. One is that he loved his campaign for Senate, right? For Senate, and he just was like so embraced. He was so loved and everything like that. Okay, and he is not getting love really right now. There's no momentum for him right now with the race. So the thing about Texas, I feel like, as we talked about before, I think his election was stolen by Ted Cruz. And I don't know, I see people also, prominent Democrat advisors, saying to him, look, you have a huge future ahead of you. You should really like don't give up. Don't waste your time either. Don't give up. But there's something like they're saying that there's like maybe this is it's better for you to sit out on this one and wait for the next, or get a bigger position. And I also think there's a possibility that he's been told that his election was stolen and that he's gonna start. Because I still, yeah, I feel like. So okay, so what's gonna happen? I still see him having a prominent role in like politics there. Texas changing, some way, and I feel like either governor or senator. I think it's pretty sure, and like that's okay. So is he gonna take? Is he gonna get Ted Cruz's seat later? That's right. It's saying that's right. It's saying that if you're not, it's saying if you're not running for president, you could still take the seat I don't know, explain it. It sounds like, guys, this is like for another time, okay? But it shows that if they can prove, if like, okay, and it's not gonna be that far, okay? Like, let's say that Trump leaves and like we have Nancy in power and like all this stuff about what happened in the election is gonna come out and they're gonna be annulling everything or whatever. It's not that far off, okay? I think it's sort of like a year. Like, okay, so today, okay, so if the election is November, like in a year, we already have the elections of 2020, right? Like this time next, no, it's not even, but almost, right? So it's gonna take a year or year and a half, and then maybe he could take some of the right. That's what I think, guys. He could have a year, or even if it's just like he could start as a senator there and then run again for, you know what I mean? So I still see him doing really well. I still see him in politics. I still see him kind of like, who he reminds me of? Bobby Kennedy. I don't know why, but like there's something about I see him there. He has a future, okay? I don't know why, but I to be honest, I did think he could be president. He was going to be president, okay? Maybe I'm like so so what does it mean for the what does it mean for the Democrats? Okay, okay. At this stage, guys, I don't want to look at every it's very exhausting to look at every candidate, but I'm just like, what does it mean right now for the I had seen Kamala and him, or like, what does it mean for the field of Democratic candidates? Can we have, is there a new person, or what does it mean? What are the odds right now that somebody who's gonna win? Who's gonna win? Guys, do you know, okay, the VP person, do you know how it works for the VP? Like it's like that's right. You run for president and then eventually you pick the person who could be on your like when it's clearer, right? Interesting. Yeah, but I don't, guys, I swear I don't see Joe Biden. What, I saw Elizabeth Warren. But I still feel like it's too early to tell. I feel like Joe Biden might drop out, okay? Same with Bernie. I see her. But you know who I see her picking? Michael Bennett. Is it Michael Bennett, the guy? Is that right? Bennett. I think she could pick Bennett. I think. Yeah, I still, because I have to, I somehow, guys, I feel like I really like Elizabeth Warren, but somehow I used to think that she was not gonna be elected by many people. I don't know. I don't know why. Like I also like to Kamala Harris, but I'm much more nowadays. I'm leaning more towards Elizabeth Warren because I do think more and more we need somebody who's gonna be like really tough on like the tech thing. Okay, right? I feel like for some reason, okay, yeah. I do think that well that's why I see Michael Bennett. I don't know why. I see her picking Michael Bennett if she gets it. I don't know. Guys, I still, like I said, I think it's too early. I still think it's early. And I think because the right is making her the new Hillary or whatever. Oh, look, she just wants to whatever. But I feel like we need someone who's, it's not that you have to be radical, okay, like, oh, like create a whole thing, but we need someone who's gonna be like, bitch, just sit your ass down. We're gonna raise your taxes, okay? We're tired of this bullshit. It's not working. Okay, like that's who's like a straight talker who's not afraid. Yeah, he's very I think he's also popular with people who are like moderates, which you kind of need in a way. So I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. That's because I saw his face right away. I saw his face like right away. I don't know. I don't know if it's true, but like, so why I feel like Biden gets tired. He's kind of tired, physically tired. The same with Bernie. And Bernie's he's as you know, he's not that popular with like people of color and long stories. Why? I don't know why, right? He likes Tulsi though. Yeah. I'm sorry, I don't mean to throw shit. I know, in the end, Bernie is a horrible person, but so anyway, so But whatever, I throw shade sometimes. But I don't feel bad. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I kind of like I liked him more. I think after his heart attack, in a way. So like I kind of know I have a soft spot for Bernie, just not as president. Okay, so like okay, so people in Colorado love. Yeah, that's right. I think he's a very measured person. He gets because you know what's so interesting, guys. Elizabeth Warren, she's like, oh, he's just so radical. She's like this, but she's a planner, and in a way, he's an executor person too. He executes. I watched the interview about him with him, and he's like he used to work in a corporate. I forgot something. He did something corporate. I don't know if he was like um I forgot who he did, but he's a doer. Okay, and that's important. Okay, it's important. He's a doer. He's like does he's not like a talker or. And I don't know. I feel like they have something common for some reason. Okay, and I feel like by the time, guys, this whole shit stuff rolls around. I know right now people say, "Oh, but she's too radical. Like she's gonna alienate some voters." But when the whole thing, by the time this whole thing unravels more, I think she's gonna look very measured. Honestly, she's gonna be, because guys, I don't know if you're on with me on like this, but I really feel like we need change. We need to take. It's gonna be tough because those people are gonna fight. Like the billionaire, whoever. You know what I mean? Those like people who are like, think about how many people like Trump. There's a lot of corporations. Like, oh, I love him. He's an asshole. He's trash. He's traitor. But I like my taxes, right? So, so, so you know what I mean. So it's sort of like, I just, I that's what I think. I think it's like guys, what is going on is ridiculous. Okay, what's going on is ridiculous. Not just Trump, but this whole story bullshit of like, this like, oh, like gig economy and like, oh, yeah, I don't know. It's just not right. It's wrong. It's wrong. Okay, that's it. Let me tell you what I think. I think this whole thing is wrong. It's wrong. It's wrong. That's what it is. It's wrong. And someone has to have the courage to say it and not be intimidated. Okay, who's not gonna be like right. So so this is it. So so yeah, so I just feel like those people. I feel like she and him. It's so weird, guys. I don't know. Who knows what's gonna happen? Because I had seen honestly, I thought it was gonna be Kamala and Beto, but now I see. I don't know. Things change. I guess you know what I mean. I don't know why, but I do want. I don't want. You know what I think? I think I don't want a person who's gonna be compromising. I think the world changed very dramatically, and I want someone who's willing to make the changes that address the world as it is today, not as it was in 1958 or something, right? So you know what I mean? Like I feel like this whole we live in such a different world. Like it's because the guys, Trump is all about lying. Think about automation. Think about there's all these different things, and I think she, of all people, she's willing to have these conversations to do something about these things that are very touchy and very difficult to accept, but the world has changed and like we have to do something about it. Okay? That's my sense. Okay? So I hope. And it's telling me here actually that she, even though she's like perceived as very radical, she is actually a measured person and she maybe because of her lawyer background, if you argue something with her and you have good points, she make change. She's not like set in stone or something. Okay? So So this is I mean, I don't know, guys. I don't want to be, you know what I mean? I just feel like I don't get that Biden is like the right person. Just generationally, okay. I think she's a really good I guys, you know what I really want, guys, no matter what, is somebody who has a lot of experience as a public servant. And she certainly does. And the fact that she's a lawyer is fantastic because she understands how to change things. She knows yeah. Well, how interesting. Others like, oh, interesting campaign. I love you. Like, yeah. So I just feel like I like how nimble she is. How she's like, she's genuine. In her thing, and she's not clearly not afraid, and she has not been afraid in a while. You know what I mean? Like I don't know. I just don't feel like she kissed like. And that's what we need, you know what I mean? Like, it's like, because, not to say, like, I watched the woman Katie Hill when she was like resigning, and like I felt she sounded so good, but unfortunately she left. That's too bad, you know why? But I feel like I don't want a person who's gonna be, oh, whatever, bye, see you later. Like, it can't be. It has to be somebody who has life experience, who has weathered difficult things, okay, who has dealt with with issues, okay. Yeah, I don't see her relating to people. Well, we'll see. We'll see. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I feel like, and Indivisible, this is why I was really pro Kamala, but I told you before, I said before, when I realized that Kamala's brother-in-law is the number one chief legal officer about, on Uber, I was like, I can't, I just can't do that. I feel like those people, if I just feel like I want, this is the number one issue for me, honestly, is this thing of like the tech, like this is like the tech thing and the corporation thing. I feel like if we don't change that somehow, or address the tech, stuff like that, right? And I feel like we can't. This is not the time. I mean, I feel like because that's the thing. I feel like the problem that I have with Kamala, after I found out that, I was like, I don't feel like she's gonna really do something about it. Okay, because like because I think, okay, one of the biggest problems we have is this whole gig economy thing. It's bullshit. And there is her like brother-in-law, who's like one of the chairs of her campaign, like, saying that drivers are not employees, that they're, that we don't need, like, right. So anyway, I'm not saying that I don't like Kamala. I like Kamala, but I'm just like, I'm sorry, I can't support someone who's like, yeah, you know. So I'm not saying that I don't like Kamala. I do, but I think in this case, I don't want someone who's not gonna compromise with Uber. Like, I'm sorry, to me, this is a huge issue. It's a huge. So I don't know that, like, I really, my dislike for Uber is like, I don't know what to say. I cannot, I can't. I think it's a time to take these people down. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm done with this bullshit of like, oh, he's not an employee, but he's an employee, and people are disposable. And like, I'm sorry, no, no, you know. So I don't know. Who knows, guys? Like I said, things could change. Though. Let's not. It's not set in stone. Okay. So so okay. So I'm gonna go, guys. My God, it's been 2 hours and a half. Yeah, 2 hours and a half. But I was like, I felt like, okay, right. So so I feel like that's right, guys. Head of Consumer Protection Bureau, and you know how that's the thing they want to take down. That the Supreme, is going to go to the Supreme Court, and it's like, I just feel like we need change. We need to change. Like, you know, we do need change. So so anyway, guys. So I'm gonna go. Okay, I'm gonna go. It's 9:30. So, but this was amazing. I had a lot of conversation. So I feel like I need to wear a costume. I'm feeling more at ease. Okay, and I feel like it's a long session because I feel like it feels like, those days when you miss a day that has news, you have to cover it. And Monday is gonna be crazy Monday. I know it. I know it. I know it. I know it. So okay, guys. So thank you so much for watching, and I appreciate you. Thank you for everything. And for accepting my weirdness and supporting me. So okay, so anyway, so I'll see you Monday for sure, for sure. Monday's gonna be great. Server, huh? Huh? Interesting server, huh? Huh? So so okay. All right. Bye. Bye. Okay. Bye.